My name is Chinedu. I am 34 years, and if there's anything the UK taught me, it's that loneliness can make a grown man cry silently in the bathroom of a shared flat. I came to the UK in 2018 with dreams louder than my suitcase wheels. No papers, no family, just God, grit, and the hustle. I washed plates, I carried boxes, I cleaned toilets, anything to survive. For 2 years, I was invincible. No GP, no bank account, just shadows. But my life changed in 2021. I finally got my papers. I cried that day, not because I was free, but because I felt human again. That was when Amma walked into my life. We met at a friend's birthday barbecue in Peckham. She wore a yellow Ankara dress and a white sneakers. Her laugh was soft, but her eyes looked like she had stories she wasn't ready to tell. She said she was Ghanaian. She's been in the UK for only 6 months, living with her cousin in Barking. She worked part-time at a care home and she did Uber in the evenings. From that day, we started talking. Nothing heavy at first, just voice notes, late night calls, lunch at Chicken Cottage, long walks after church. She listened like she cared. She asked about my mom back in Anambra. She remembered my warehouse shifts. She brought me jollof rice when I had the flu. I won't lie, I started to fall very fast. I told my friend Kola, and he warned me, Chinedu, shine your eyes. Some girls they marry man for papers, you don't know. You sure say she really love you? I shook my head. I'ma no be like that. She's different. Kola just smiled. Okay, oh. Just know in London, everybody gets motive. I ignored him. A few months later, I proposed. Not with a ring in a fancy restaurant. No, I just held her hand after church and said, marry me, Amma. Let's build together. She said yes, tears in her eyes. Or maybe it was the wind. We got married at the council registry. Just 10 people. Simple and sweet. The first 2 months of the marriage were calm. She cooked, laughed, she even prayed with me. But slowly, little cracks began to show. She started sleeping with her phone under her pillow. She would leave the room to take calls. She always said it was work stress or my cousin's drama. One day, I tried to hug her and she flinched like I was a stranger. One night, I couldn't sleep. Something didn't just sit right. So I waited. At 12:13 a.m., her phone lit up. A WhatsApp message saying, once I get this Brownies document, I'm off. Canada is waiting. I felt like throwing up. My chest tightened. I clicked the chat. There were dozens of messages, voice notes, pictures, and plans. Amma had been using me. She married me just for papers. And the worst part, I loved her. Genuinely, I was planning a future. She was planning her exit. I didn't confront her that night. I just stared at the woman sleeping beside me, peacefully, like she hadn't just broke me. But I made up my mind. If this was a game for her, I was going to finish it smart. The next morning, Amma was in the kitchen humming a gospel song and frying plantain, like everything was fine. I watched her from the doorway. Her back turned, her robe loose, her hair tied up the way I like it. If I hadn't seen those chats, I would still believe I was the lucky one. But I know better now. So I smiled. Morning, baby, I said, walking over to kiss her cheek. She smiled back. You are up early today. Yeah, I said, trying not to choke on my own bitterness. Let me help with the eggs. She laughed and gave me the spatula. Aww, husband of the year. My hands wanted to shake, but my heart told me to be patient. That evening, I went to Kola's place. I told him everything. Omo, Kola said, pacing the room. Now this kind thing they make person mad. You sure say you no wan expose her straight up? I shook my head. No, I won't play along. Make she still think say I dey in love with her. Make I go record everything. When I get enough evidence, I go report her to Home Office. Kola nodded. You sharp. Use her own games against her. Over the next few weeks, I became an actor. Nollywood had nothing on me. I started recording her calls when she left her phone carelessly. I copied her passport number, took photos of her messages, and even saved one of the voice notes where she told someone, "Once this paper drop, I'm gone." The fool doesn't even suspect. She called me a fool, but I was watching her all along. One evening, I came home and she was packing a small bag. She looked surprised to see me. "Where you dey go?" I asked, pretending to be casual. She hesitated. "Just to sleep over at my cousin's place. Her baby is sick." I smiled. "No wahala, I go drop you." She blinked. No, it's fine, I'll take a cab." "Ah, Amma, I'll be your husband now. Let me do the husband duties." She looked trapped, but she had to agree. As I drove her down, she kept fidgeting with her phone. When we got there, she didn't even enter the building. Just stood outside, pretending to make a call. I drove off, circled back, and parked far enough to watch. 10 minutes later, a black Mercedes pulled up. Amma entered, and they kissed. Not on the cheek, full lips. That was the day something in me broke. The next morning, I didn't say anything. I just acted normal. I cooked and I cleaned. Even bought her flowers. I made her laugh again. I needed her to stay comfortable. I needed her not to suspect. Because the next time she tried to play me, I would burn her entire plan to the ground. I continued playing the loving husband role. Meanwhile, I kept gathering every piece of proof I could get. Chats, voice notes, the photo of that kiss in the Mercedes. I even recorded a call where she laughed about how easy Nigerian men are. The betrayal cut deep, but I refused to let my emotions ruin my plan. One day, Amma rushed into the flat, dancing and waving an envelope. "Baby," she said, excited. "My indefinite leave to remain is here." She hugged me tight. "You don't know how much this means to me. Thank you for everything." I held her for a second, then pulled back slowly. I looked into her eyes and said, "Congratulations, Amma." That night, she cooked jollof, wore her short Ankara dress, and even played our wedding song on her phone. She was happy. She thought she had won. But I had already emailed everything, every single evidence to the Home Office. 3 days later, it happened. We were sitting on the couch when the knock came. 2 immigration officers, plain clothes, calm faces. "Good evening, Amabadu." She looked confused. "Yes? We need you to come with us. We have a few questions about your immigration application and marriage status." I sat still. "Amma," one of the officers said sharply as she tried to shut the door. "Don't resist." "Chinedu, what's going on?" she screamed. "Why are they here and what did you do?" I stood up slowly. "You married me for my papers. You lied. You played me. I warned you." She froze. The officers cuffed her gently and took her away. She was still shouting my name as the door closed behind them. I sat down in silence. No music, no sound, just me and my breath. A week later, I got a letter. The Home Office thanked me for the report and confirmed that Amma's documents were under review. She would likely be deported. I didn't rejoice. I didn't cry. I just moved on. Love had taught me a lesson I would never forget. Sometimes, the person who says "I love you" is just waiting for the right moment to say goodbye. But I healed. And this time, when love knocked again, I made sure to open the door with my eyes, not just my heart. This is the end.